Pretty good or no?
Now, when you think of a robot lawnmower, you probably imagine something like this. But in fact, it is this. This is the AIRSEEKERS TRON robot lawnmower. And today I'm putting it through the ultimate challenge. My goal? To see if this thing can cut my lawn so good that I can actually fool my lawn guy into thinking somebody else stole his job. And trust me, if this works, robots are officially taking over. But before we prank my lawn guy, we gotta unbox it, set it up, map the lawn, and test all the different features. Let's go. So this is the packaging, this is the box. Pretty heavy, just exercise caution when you do carry it. It doesn't have handles on both sides, so you can go ahead and move it about. But yeah, let's open this thing up. All right, on the top we got a nice looking quick start guide. So this is everything that you get now. It can be quite intimidating at first, but rest assured, it is a very simple concept. So you have your robotic lawnmower, which is this guy right here. You have your base station, and then you have your RTK. So there are only three components that you really need to get this started. Let's take a look at the base station, which does require some assembly. And by some, it just looks like a matter of putting this here and then just screwing it from the bottom. And it's actually one of the most smallest looking base stations I've seen in a very long time. And that's actually very important because generally speaking, if you mount this on grass, it kind of kills the grass underneath it. So using minimal space is definitely a plus in my book. You'll run the wire for the RTK as well as the power source for the unit. RTK, which is this little guy right over here, think of it as an antenna. So it does also require some assembly, so you have an antenna that actually screws onto this part right over here and installed. And then you'll have this wire that actually runs through these pipes. So essentially it creates an antenna. So you attach all three pipes together with the wire running through it. And at the very bottom of it will be this pitchfork. This will go into the ground. You want to find a nice solid spot to mount that, as it does require on GPS to go ahead and kind of graph it out. It does come with our power cable, so this is going to be our power cable. This is for the base station, and then it also comes with a separate wire here for the RTK, so if you want to run it directly like that, you can, or you can have it running to the base station. All right, so some first impressions on our robotic lawnmower. Now, one thing that really stands out to me is the omnidirectional wheels on the front. So this is great because now this robot has the capability to go ahead and rotate itself without physically having to spin the wheel in a way where like one is going forward, one is going backwards, but it does give it a little bit more direction. And that's the nice thing about the omnidirectional wheels, is that it can keep going straight even though the wheels are not pointed straight. So this gives it a little bit more flexibility in terms of movement goes. So you do see that, and then of course on the back side here you have these like thick tires with these, let's say like quite evident grooves. They're not as big as I was seeing in some of the other wheels, but it does have enough capability to climb through different terrains. Now, another thing that really does stand out, it has this like almost like mesh-like finish. So it kind of breathes. I don't know, it's like you can see through it, and that's kind of cool because it gives it a very futuristic vibe. So one thing that really stands out to me is the number of cameras. So we got 2 here on the front, 1 on each side here, so 4 total. And then on the back here, I got a 5th one. So that is definitely cool. So it can see literally everything around it, which is really nice. Now on the top side here, you have a stop button. You have these metal buttons. One says OK, start, one says play, and then one says charger. So you have controls of that system there too. On the back side, it does look like the battery can be physically removed. Oh, yes. So you can take the battery out. That battery is this little guy right over here. So you can technically swap out batteries on your own or just let it return back to the charger station. Now, in terms of weight goes, I mean, it weighs a good amount, but it's nothing crazy. I can definitely lift it up. And then speaking of lifting up, on the front side here, or the bottom side here, You'll see the blades. So as this kind of spins, you'll see that the blades will flip out. This will allow it to cut. So with that said, let's go ahead and take this thing out next and try it out. All right, so underneath the hood, this thing is packed with tech. It features AI smart navigation, 300-degree AI vision, RTK positioning, app control, mapping, off-road wheels, dual layer cutting discs, and a flow cut mulching technology. And unlike random robot mowers that just bounce around your yard, this thing actually maps and intelligently learns your lawn over time. So the more it mows, the better it understands your yard layout, pathways, edges, and obstacles. And that's really the goal here. A true hands-free lawn care experience. And this thing is built for big lawns too. The Tron can handle up to 2,400 square meters. So this isn't just for tiny backyards. This thing is designed to maintain serious lawn space. And the biggest feature is this thing called Flow Cut. So instead of just cutting grass and throwing giant clumps everywhere, the mower uses airflow to lift the grass upwards. And then the 6-blade cutting system cuts it cleanly. And after that, it mulches the grass into super tiny particles and spreads it back into the lawn like natural fertilizer. So over time, you're not just maintaining your lawn, you're actually helping it keep it healthier and naturally nourished. And honestly, that's what makes this feel less like a gadget and more like an effortless lawn care system. And AIRSEEKERS also sent over this larger blade disc accessory. And that larger blade setup is supposed to help improve cutting performance even more in thicker grass. All right, first step, we gotta set up the charging station. This part was actually pretty easy. And then after that, we connected it to the app. So the app is kind of crazy. You can schedule mowing, remote drive the mower, create no-go zones, track it in real time, and customize the mowing behavior. I mean designs, shapes, as well as a specific height. And yes, you can literally drive this thing around like an RC car. This is basically a robot tank for your lawn. Now before it can mow, we gotta teach the layout of the yard. And honestly, watching a robot learn your yard feels very futuristic. The Tron uses AI vision and smart navigation to detect edges, pathways, and obstacles around your yard. But now, it's time for the real test. Alright, AIRSEEKERS says that this thing has smart obstacle avoidance. But can it survive a robot invasion? Today's first obstacle, a robot dog. Saw him. That's actually quite impressive. Okay, now we level this up. A full humanoid robot. If this runs over him, we may officially have a robot civil war. Okay, that was pretty smooth. It actually rerouted around him. And over time, the AI vision system keeps building a better understanding of the yard layout and obstacles throughout daily mowing. So the whole experience becomes even more hands-free. Okay, now time for the big feature, flow cut mulching. It's laying down clean lines. One thing I noticed immediately, that there aren't giant piles of grass everywhere. Normally after mowing, you get these ugly wet clumps all over the lawn. But look at this. the grass clippings are super tiny, and honestly, you barely even notice them. So instead of making a mess, it's helping create a cleaner, healthier lawn naturally. Okay, but this is the real test. Can it handle thick grass? It's actually chewing through it, and somehow it's still not leaving giant piles everywhere. My lawn has a pretty steep slope that's actually right over there, and the AIRSEEKER claims that it can handle difficult terrains and steep inclines. Now, if this thing gets stuck instantly, well, my lawn guy still has job security. Now, this thing seriously drives like an off-road rover. The angled wheels on the front and aggressive tires on the back help it grip even under uneven terrain very well. All right, ultimate challenge. Can it avoid obstacles while climbing a steep hill? My lawn guy is cooked. Okay, honestly, this lawn looks professionally cut. The grass looks cleaner, more even, and somehow softer too. And remember, this entire lawn was cut by a robot. And if you want something more budget friendly, well, AIRSEEKER has the Tron SE model in the same lineup. So you still get a lot of smart robot lawnmower experience at a much lower price point. So after testing the AIRSEEKER's Tron, I honestly didn't expect it to be this capable. The smart navigation was impressive, and the off-road performance was kinda insane. But the biggest surprise for me was how good and healthy the lawn looks after cutting. And that fact that it can map, mow mulch, avoid obstacles, and climb hills all by itself. This makes lawn care feel much more effortless. So, could this actually replace paying someone to cut your lawn every week? Well, for a lot of people, honestly, probably yes.
Guys here. Hey, how's it going, man?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
So what do you think? Pretty good or no?
No.
No? Ah, man. Okay, well, yeah, there you guys have it. I guess it's not better than a human just yet. Oh well.
Now, if you guys want to check it out, the link is down below in the description. Also, AIRSEEKER is running a early bird deal on Tron series right now. So be sure to check out the link down below to get 5% off. And with that said, let me know, would you trust a robot to cut your lawn? Otherwise, we'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.